Gabe, and I'm here to give you some pointers on how to play over Chalkdust Torture by Phish. You may have seen I did like a little clip of me soloing over it one time. Somebody asked me if I could give you some tips on how to solo, so here you go. The song, essentially the jam, it's just an E to an A. But you can think of it as like a 5 to a 1, so sometimes it's E7 to an A. So it's kind of like a blues thing. So you actually have a lot of choices on scales to use. So the first one I would say is like the chord's major, so major pentatonic. Minor. It's an E7, so mixolydian. Then you can mix and match all three of those. Right, and then you can get like a little crazier and do some chromatic things to sort of build some tension. And so that might mean like just make some nonsense up. Maybe come up with a pattern. But trying to build up to like a spot in the chord. So I might think about where's the E that I'm getting to. Maybe the next time I go to the third of the chord, so I'm looking for a G sharp. Then maybe gradually I go to the 5th of the chord, the 7th of the chord, and then finally playing a 24-fret guitar like Trey. So I get a high E up at the very, very top. And probably like bend that D up so it feels like you're peeking out. All right. So I'll do a little demo. Maybe you can see these examples like in play. All right, here we go. All right, so here's a E minor penta. Major penta, E major. All right, if I mix major and minor. Maybe some blues scale stuff. Right, and I might combine all of that. So minor pentatonic, major pentatonic, blues scale. Going off a little bit, and then like mixolydian. All right, and then crazy stuff, right? So I built up, I was going for the B. Right, and then I'm trying to think of like ways to touch the chord tones in creative ways. So like, so bending up to it. Some rakes to dig in for feel. right, so I hope you get a few ideas from that. So you saw me combining major pentatonic, minor pentatonic, blues scale, mixolydian, chromatic things, right? Trying to find chord tones, creating tension by bending up to the notes, right? There's a couple like Trey things you can do. He does pre-bends, right? Things like that for like if you want to sort of stylize it like him. But otherwise, lots of choices, right? Have fun, okay? That's kind of the main thing. All right, see ya.